One of the other big issues that lead to caregiver burnout is the feeling of isolation. I have to tell you, was living in a house caring for my mom. I had a husband, 3 children, 2 dogs, and I have never felt so isolated in my entire life. Unlike when my kids were small, I would hang out with other mothers with their kids. I would go to play groups. I would go to preschool. We would talk about the challenges of parenting. But when you are a caregiver for a parent, there is no play group. There is no way to get together and trade notes and talk about ideas. And it can make you feel so alone and so frightened because you don't even know what is normal. Caring for your elderly parents is just a whole new ballgame. I didn't know what I didn't know. I was an accidental caregiver. I didn't go to school. I had no medical training. I love my mom. I'm the only daughter, so kind of the default caregiver. You know that story, right? Yeah. Well, I learned about the dreaded UTIs. Never heard of that term before. I had the opportunity to go shopping for medical equipment. Very glamorous, comparing commodes and walkers and all kinds of different health accessories that would help me care for her. The biggest challenge that I found were the surprises. So my mom became incontinent, and she had no idea. And I didn't want to embarrass her. One of my overriding goals was to maintain my mother's dignity. But I was also worried about my furniture. So I thought, how am I gonna handle this? She would come out of her bedroom with her walker. She was not very stable. And as she's walking into the living room, in my head, I'm hearing the theme song to Jaws. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm thinking, oh, Mom, how about the leather chair that has the towel on it? It's really comfy. And she would say, oh, no, thank you. I prefer the sofa. It's very comfortable. And she'd go over there. It was stressful. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do? And I couldn't ask my friends because honestly, I hadn't talked to them in a long time. And I didn't know if they were going through the same thing I was going through. I didn't think it was a big enough deal to call the doctor. I didn't know who to help. One day, there was a physical therapist in the house that was helping her. She was recovering from a fall. And he was helping her with her walking. And I told him about my worries. I said, you know, she's incontinent and she's getting dehydrated because her solution was to not drink her water or drink her tea because then she wouldn't have to get stressed out by having to get up to walk into the bathroom. And he said to me, you know, studies have shown, and I have to tell you, that's the magic phrase of the day, studies have shown. It's really helpful when you want to convince someone of anything. So he says, you know, studies have shown that people who wear disposable underwear have fewer falls. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, think about it. If they're wearing disposable underwear and they are not so panicked or in such a rush to get to the toilet, they're not going to fall. I said, oh, I like that idea. So he left. I'm sitting down with Mom for a cup of tea and just very casually mentioned, hey, Mom, I learned something today. Did you know that studies have shown that people who wear disposable underwear have fewer falls? And she said, is that right? Why is that? And I said, well, because they're not in such a hurry to go to the bathroom, and if they have a leak, who cares? It's not a mess, it's not a problem. And she said, well, that sounds like a fine idea. Do you think we could get some of those? Oh, yeah. I was in the car on my way to the market. I don't even know that I closed the back door. I came home with a big shiny package of Depends that were size small because she was very petite, and we cleared out her dresser of all the regular kind of underwear and filled it with these beautiful new disposable underwear. And we never had to talk about it again. She felt empowered. So the point is that she wasn't worried about leaking because she didn't know. I didn't want to embarrass her. But what mattered to her was not falling. And what I found was a solution that empowered her to be a part of this rather than being told to do something. So the thing is, when you are isolated, you think you have to solve all these problems that you don't even know where to begin. But if you can reach out to experts, to friends, to other people, if you can reach out and find this, you'll learn that you don't have to do it all by yourself. That there is a lot of support and a lot of help out there. And not to be shy, but to raise your hand, because the truth is, all of us are smarter than one of us.